Nice to meet you.
So speak Mandarin and I'll translate.
Okay.
Maybe
He's hoping we get Chinese movie question.
好的，那我们就直接开始。好，那个首先，因为上午看了片段，然后就是还有我中午吃饭的时候没有吃好，因为我们最后一个片段是那个你把你哥哥的手砍断了，然后先把他踢背的把手砍断了，然后你个人看到这个就看剧本看到这个情节的时候，你是觉得你对这个情节是哇哦，还是说这个确实是个好的设定，然后能让洛基的那种坏人的本性更加突出？对这个情节怎么看？
Okay, so they watched the footage this morning, and there's it ends with you chop off Chris' hand or Thor's hand. When you first read about this in the script, what was your reaction, and what do you think of?
Yes, well, I remember reading that and thinking, wow, you know, this is a big dramatic moment, but it also, what you haven't seen yet is what happens after that, which is even more shocking and surprising and exciting. And you know, that's what I love most about playing Loki, is that he's so unpredictable, and you never know what he's going to do next. He's a trickster, and just when you think you've managed to pin him down and force him, as it were, to play his hand, he'll do something to surprise you. So all I can say is wait and see.
好的，然后因为这个剧情我才意识到，因为看的时候大家会觉得洛基很可爱，他是个坏人，但是他很可爱，就是导致我们忘记他很坏了。然后看到这个情节，我才认识，哇，这个人真的坏到可以让你就是吓一跳那种感觉。然后你个人所以你觉得这个洛基他从1到2他经历了一个什么样的变化？就是他是更坏了吗？或者是坏的更加全方位无死角了吗？还是怎么样？这样的。
Okay. The first, she thought that the Loki in the first Thor movie was the villain and sort of kind of like evil but cute, adorable. And then this one, when she saw that footage, she finally realized that, come to the senses that, oh my God, this is really the villain. He's really bad and mean and and vicious. So, can you tell us if there's any transformation or any improvement, or what sort of Loki that you played different from the first one to this one?
Well, I think that his villainy, as it were, the things that make him bad, like all the most interesting villains in human history, is that they're motivated by very human instincts, even though they're very dark. And I think Loki's instincts are, the reason he becomes vengeful and full of hate and jealousy and pride is because of his personal history. You know, that he was brought up as the son of Odin, as Thor's brother, but he finds out in the first Thor film that he's not in fact Thor's brother. He was adopted, and he's the illegitimate son of their mortal enemy, and that kind of secret is something that breaks his heart. And as a result of that heartbreak, he becomes so angry that all he wants is acceptance and apology, and he doesn't get it. So I think that closes him off from wanting to be sympathetic to that family, and he hates them for it. And in a way, he wants to see them suffer, which is quite a childlike emotion. But at the same time, in all mythology, in the Norse myths, Loki he always had an inclination to mischief. You know, he would always want to unsettle things. He doesn't like order. He loves chaos.
那就是因为那你就虽然是说有一个这种就是有一个这种积累在情节的推进在，但其实看到这个剧本，看到这个说要砍他手的时候，会不会想，哇，还是太狠了？洛基会愿意对就是佐尔做这样的事情吗？还是说就觉得这个很带劲，先把那个 Chris 踢飞，然后再让他这样那样的？
How do you enjoy film when you read about the script about the chopping off the hand? How do you enjoy that moment?
you just kick the crap out of him, right?
Yes, I do.
It's a circle, like whoa.
Yeah, it's very powerful.
It's real. I mean,
yes, it's real.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really know, but it's, as I say, with fighting on film, it's actually all about angles, and
this one's real. That one's fake. So
well, I suppose there are moments where I kicked Chris Hemsworth in the stomach for real, but he also was assisted by, he had a wire attached to his back, so he then spins away. So I only lightly touch him, I don't really kick him. And when so all the action is we're assisted by special effects. And it was very exciting to shoot because Chris Hemsworth is a brilliant physical performer. He's very, very adept. Because he's so athletic at making action look as if it's real. Although it reminds me that in the first film and in Avengers, he punched me in the face twice, for real. So, so yeah, I get him back. Yeah.
Congratulations.
One of our friends thinks you as Mr. Perfect, and you have very good education background, and you're very tall and very handsome, and then.
Wow.
But after the press conference, will you consider yourself Mr. Like almost flawless? And but after the press conference, she thinks you don't consider yourself Mr. Perfect. But she thinks the idea is pretty romantic, Mr. Perfect. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know about. I always think about. I think imperfection is perfect in a way. Because I don't think anyone is perfect. Nobody's perfect is that phrase. I think it's human to be flawed, and I think if anyone was perfect, they might be like a machine. And I think it's in a way it's our vulnerability that keeps us connected. And let me tell you, I'm very far from perfect. I have to wake up in the morning and look myself in the mirror, and but I do think as an ideal, it's a wonderful thing to strive in life to be the best you can be, and to really to strive to be the best version of yourself. I believe very strongly in kindness, in good manners, in treating people with equanimity and sense of humor and all those things. I'm a very optimistic person, so I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to be.
See， 那就是因为之前在发布上提过最性感50人的评选，然后第1名是卷福嘛，然后我知道他们俩好像关系还不错，然后他对这个评选的，就是他对妇联那部分没有意见好像，但是他对卷福这部分有没有意见？因为他是第1、第2这样。
So the 50 sexiest people on Earth by the Empire magazine. The number 1 is Mr.
Benedict Cumberbatch,
yes,
who's my dear friend of mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your thoughts on him? Winning over you.
Number 1.
Listen, Benedict is a very good friend of mine. I met him when we were filming War Horse. We both played soldiers in the cavalry together. And he lives down the road from me in London, so he just lives around the corner, and I see him all the time. And I think he's an extraordinary actor. He's very, very gifted, and very, very intelligent, and kind, and funny, and he's a friend, So he's obviously very sexy. That's what the world thinks. But I'm thrilled to see him do so well, because I think he's been a brilliant actor for a very long time, and I feel like only recently, maybe in the last 3 or 4 years, the world is starting to wake up to that.
So obviously, you actors don't, think about being sexy or something like that.
No,
okay,
no, we don't.
Okay, I see.
I think I don't know. I think sexiness is a strange. It's a thing you can't really put. It's a strange thing to define. I always find that people say, "What do I think is sexy?" And I always say I don't quite know. And I guess the sexiest thing in the world is what I think when I meet someone and they seem like they are themselves. You know, be yourself. I guess.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.